You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're ready to return back to a full day of gaming after yesterday's React Day. And today I'm thinking we're going to have a relatively normal day today. Nothing weird's going to happen out of the ordinary. I'm just going to start up the podcast. We're going to talk a little bit today about my ideas and others' ideas for my long-form React project, which I want to begin probably in December. And literally as I turn on the stream, someone in chat says, Sony just completely closed Firewalker Studios, the makers of Concord. And I'm like, what? So I scramble and run. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got the breaking news. Not even 30 minutes ago, this happened in the gaming industry. Giant news. I have the internal email from Herman Holst to discuss the issue. Plus, of course, we will talk about long-form reacting. We'll talk about all the technical issues that I had last night and some of the cool things that it's led to, which should actually lead to further improvements of co-streaming and more. It's going to be a nice chill episode. Oh, by the way, guess what? This is it. This is the stream where we make a new record. All of this and more. And I'll fix the light level of this screen as well on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Hope everyone's doing well. Hold on while I finish fixing this thing. For some reason, sometimes this it desyncs. When it desyncs, I then have to mess with a few settings. Like this white, here we go, this white balance setting. There we are. Looks much better now, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Sometimes the screen desyncs. It's all run by an app. And when it desyncs, it ends up having all the coloring and balance off. There we go. All right. Folks, welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of October, 2024. We are counting down to Halloween in only a couple of days. And as you know, my Halloween event is special. I'm in costume. We're playing games. We're drinking booze. We're having food. We're having a good time. Cannot wait for Halloween in 2 days. And by the way, special announcement. I am basically in talks to do some stuff with Kino Casino that day during the marathon, but it's not locked in yet. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we're trying to do some gameplay. We're figuring, hey, some gameplay of us doing co-op together during the marathon might actually work really well because it won't interrupt the entirety of the marathon. Instead, I could still be streaming on my end. They could stream on their end, and then I could continue with the marathon when the gameplay is done. You see? So I'm not one to overpromise and underdeliver, but I want to let you know we're in the works. It's in the talks. I know you guys have been saying, when are you going to do some gameplay with Kino Casino again? Maybe on Halloween. It is definitely a possibility, all right? And I'll let you know when we lock in, okay? Cool. All right, so what's going on right now? Well, we got a lot to talk about today. I basically want to talk about yesterday, where we had a React Day, how it went. And I also want to talk about some technical difficulties that I had during said React Day that led to me changing the way that I'm now dual streaming. Because right now I'm streaming to YouTube, to DSPGaming, and I'm also streaming over to Kick, right? And the quality looks just as good as it's been, correct? It hasn't changed or anything. But I'm actually using a completely different method to stream right now. So we're going to talk about that because it was this big technical issues I had last night. And I think actually the technical issues might have been due to the way I was previously co-streaming. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about, full day of gaming today, which I'm excited for. More Call of Duty. Thankfully, this multiplayer has been great. I can't wait for more today. Plus, tonight, the return of Sonic X Shadow Generations, which I've now got a better grip on the game. I'm being told that the game is actually about 4 to 5 hours long, and we're about 2 hours in. So we're actually a good tear in, and I'm hoping for good progress tonight on the late stream with that. Okay, and by the way, it says we only have 9 viewers on Kick. What happened? That's weird. Is anyone aware? Like, what is going on with Kick? Usually on Kick, I'm getting dozens of viewers. I have 9. Hopefully that picks up. I don't know. That's bizarre. Anyway, let's talk about some of this game news today as well, because I can't, breaking news is always wild. And the fact that it happened 10 minutes before my stream was going up, right? And I'm like, holy crap. This is wild. They're releasing multiple studios again. Like we were talking about over the course of 2024, how these giant game studios keep releasing their groups, their dev teams. And here we go again. It's another case of that where studios that a lot of time, effort, and money were put into are just being cut. They're cutting the cord and tossing them out to the wild. Say, oh, well, this one is wild because this is the team that made Concord. We all know about the controversy behind Concord this year, right? And if we have time, we're going to talk about the upcoming long-form React changes. So we got a good amount of stuff to talk about today, my friends. Let's see how it goes, right? So anyway, it's Tuesday. I still have 4 streaming days left, including today. Now, I just want to remind everyone, tomorrow's a little weird. Let's go through the schedule briefly for the week so you guys know what to expect. Okay, today, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer right now. This is going to be an exciting and fun stream where I'm going to continue on and do different weapons. I think I'm going to be doing like an LMG and maybe some rifles. I haven't used a marksman rifle at all, like not once. So maybe we'll try some marksman rifles today. And sniper rifle I only used once, and it was the starter rifle, which sucks. I unlocked a better sniper rifle, so maybe I'll use that today, okay? So, once again, variety and fun when playing Call of Duty. Always a good time. Tonight on the late stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Sonic X Shadow Generations continues. We're about 2 hours in, and the game kind of went open world, and we were doing some of the open world stuff, and we ran out of time. Tonight, we'll probably try to unlock one of the next of the 2 worlds that are available. Ooh, excuse me. So, that should be fun, and I hope you'll join me for that to continue on with Sonic X Shadow. Tomorrow, I do not have a daytime stream. So, FYI, no podcast and no gameplay during the time when I would be doing this stream right now. And I apologize for that. It's personal stuff going on that, I don't really need to talk about publicly here. So, it is what it is. I will be back tomorrow night, on a late stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we will begin the campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, okay? Obviously, I want to see what it's all about. You guys have been talking about this ever since the game came out last week and said that it's great. So I'm going to be checking out the campaign starting tomorrow night. We'll play for about 2 to 2.5 hours and see what it's all about. People are saying it's like 8 hours long and really good, so I guess we'll see. Thursday is the big day, my Halloween marathon. So starting around 11 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to have a podcast where I reveal my Halloween costume for the year. And I'm going to be having some booze that day. Some Cocoa Bomb flavored whiskey, as well as this Scotch whiskey, of which I never even had Scotch before. All right. Pretty fun stuff. And I'm still undecided as to how I'm going to be drinking. I don't know if I'll just drink casually over the day, or if we hit a certain level of support. Like I said, maybe if we raise every $100 I raise on the stream, I take a shot. Something like that. Traditionally, my Halloween marathon is one of my biggest events of the year. Usually a lot of people show up for it because they want to see my costume and they want to see me play horror games. We will be playing a variety of horror games over the course of the day, including Fear 1, Dino Crisis, Fears to Fathom, and a possibility of more depending on time. We also have a few other games lined up, like that Retro Wave game that I bought the Michael Myers version of, as well as Inscription. And, if people want it, also Dead by Daylight. Now, like I just mentioned, there's a possibility I will also be doing some co-op gameplay with Kino Casino that day for a segment of the marathon. It's not set in stone yet. I don't know the time yet. So I will let you know when we figure this out over the next day or two, if we do. If we don't, it's fine, right? Like, even if we don't do it, we still got a crazy marathon lined up of great gameplay and fun. Also, I'll be ordering food that day, and I don't even know what I'm ordering. I got to talk with my wife about that. And we're going to order a meal to share live on stream together, you know, as like a Feasting with the King episode. So by then, I'll probably want to be sobering up, you know, I have some food in me. So I guess we'll see how it goes. That should be very fun, okay? So that's all day Thursday. But then I'm still here on Friday. And by then, the Halloween festivities will be done. So I'm going to try to set up my background for November. My background for November will go back to some gaming-related stuff, but also some Thanksgiving-themed stuff, because it is Thanksgiving in the United States. It's like the big thing for November is Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Like, those are the two big things that happen in November in the U.S. So I'll have some stuff themed to that. And we're going to do more gameplay. Now, what gameplay? Well, likely more Call of Duty and more Sonic. If Sonic really is 5 hours long-ish, if I play one more session of Sonic, we'll probably beat it. In which case, then we can move on and do other stuff. We can focus on other parts of Call of Duty. We can play, perhaps, Life is Strange Double Exposure, right? We can decide if I want to play Dragon Age Veilguard, all these things, right? So Friday will be a full day of gameplay, and it's just undecided yet, but probably there'll be some Call of Duty in there and maybe finishing Sonic, okay? So there you go. Now, next week is a weird week because my day off is Saturday, but then I only have a 4-day week. I'm here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but then I'm off. I believe it's November 7th. I have to have off for appointment reasons. Like, my wife and I have a couple of appointments lined up that day. It was the only day that we could get them going. We couldn't get them for like a Saturday. So, yeah, it is. It's a Thursday. So, basically, I'm here for 4 days, and then I have another day off. But then the week after that will be a super long streaming week. I'll be here, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, oh, it's going to be nuts, okay? The good news is, since I'll be here so long, I'll be able to actually get through a ton of gameplay. We'll probably finish up the modes of Call of Duty that we want to finish. We'll probably be playing Life is Strange. We'll probably jump into other games, resume other games, you know, stuff that's been on hiatus and stuff that you people want to see and we haven't seen yet in a while. I'll probably be able to focus on and start up. By the way, the Monster Hunter Wilds beta is coming out this weekend. It actually starts on Halloween and it goes through the 3rd. So I'm probably going to see if I can squeeze it in one of these days. I hope I can. If not like Sunday, like if Sunday's too late, then we might just do it on Friday. All right, we'll have to see. So there you go. Good stuff going on right now everywhere. By the way, one other final thing. After Halloween is over, we can start planning the next event. Now, historically, I do an event on Black Friday. The question is, what do we want to do this year? Because the last 2 years, I've done a Black Friday ad apocalypse event. What is that? Well, what I would do is stream me reacting to advertisements, right? From all over the place. Like, sometimes they're European, sometimes they're American, sometimes they're international. They could be from any time period, right? And it's been fun. I've done it for 2 years. The first year, it basically got a lot of attention. Last year, it was just kind of like, not great. So I'm curious how much attention it would get this year if you guys want to see it a 3rd year, or if we want to do something completely different this year. I'm down for something completely different on Black Friday if you want. But the question is what? Would it be a gaming marathon? Would it be something different? What do you think? So we should begin that discussion after Halloween ends. That way we can figure all this out. Okay? What's up, Jade? How are you, man? How's it going, sir? New Money, how are you? King Ferbs, I did not play Monster Hunter World. I only played the beta of it, and no one liked it. Escanor Sin of Pride says, Wilds is super good. I love what they did with it. Feels better than Worlds. Definitely, it's going to be my game of the year next year, hands down. Listen, I'm not opposed to trying new stuff. I'm not. I like trying out new stuff, quite frankly. But sadly, when I tried Monster Hunter World's beta, no one liked it. Everyone was like, this sucks, don't play it. So I never did. I guess we'll have to see what happens, right? All right. Oh, yeah, one other final thing. I'm strongly going to be looking at deals this Black Friday because I'm hoping I can find a great deal on a PC that can replace my current streaming and capture PC. I really want to upgrade to a modern PC at this point, and I'm hoping I can find a good deal that doesn't break the bank, that I could actually afford, and then we could upgrade maybe December, January. I'll do the transition over, and we can even like upgrade stream quality and all kinds of stuff. So I'm hoping, because then I'll have a fully modernized setup, a modernized gaming PC, a modernized streaming capture PC. Like everything will have been updated. I have nothing outdated. I'll be perfect. I'll even be able to start using a Stream Deck. I have one from years and years ago. I'll be able to start using a Stream Deck. I'll be able to start implementing new things on the streams, but I need to upgrade the PC. Okay? Very nice. Okay. So, that's true. But Fed Rogers says, also remember PS5 Pro. He's absolutely right. Again, a fan is going to donate me supposedly a PS5 Pro. And since that's the case, that's crazy. When that arrives, I'll be unboxing it, hooking it up, exploring the features, and then testing games on it. Downloading some of the games that I own digital rights to and testing to see how they work on there. So, it's going to be crazy. We got a lot of stuff going on coming up in November, that's for sure. Okay. Gathering Hall Live says, did you ever consider building your own PC? Yeah, but here's the thing. I haven't been into building PCs since the 2000s. I would much rather just pay for a pre-built. And that way there's no chance of me effing something up, doing something wrong. As much as people are, oh, it's so easy. No. Dude, I can't even just buy a pre-built PC and hook it up and have it work. You understand? Everything in my life has to be 10 times more complicated than anyone else's experience. So, if I build a PC, every fucking thing would go wrong. Every possible thing would go wrong. And I just need something to show up and work so I can begin with work. Just the transition from this old streaming PC to the new one, getting my templates working, everything set up in the new OBS, all the new technology, working. It's going to be a pain. It's going to take me like a week, right? I don't also need to be building the PC from the ground up. It's just too much stress, man. Seriously. Anyway. All right. So, Dr. Kinnison says, excited for Call of Duty, but also for Halloween. I don't have to work Halloween. It'll be cool this year. Anyone who can hang out with me all day Halloween, it's always a great time. I'm very sad we didn't get to do it last year because I had COVID. We were 2 days before, and I'm fine. I'm not sick. Knock on wood. I'm good. We should be good to go for the Halloween marathon. So, everyone, give me your energy. Like you're charging the spirit bomb. Give Phil your energy so that he can be healthy on Thursday so we can do this fun marathon. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. What are we going to do? Oh. So, let's talk about yesterday. All right? So, yesterday was React Day. Definitely, I'm making the right choice phasing out React days. And the reason I say that, yesterday attendance was way down. On my main show, the podcast, okay? We had way more attendance than we had for me doing anything else that day. To give you some perspective here, on the podcast, we had about 300 viewers on YouTube, and we had like 50 viewers on Kick, okay? When I started doing the React show, DSP versus the Internet, we had like 100-some viewers on YouTube and like 30 to 40 viewers on Kick. I couldn't even pull in 200 viewers for the React show anymore. It's obvious the show is dying, right? I mean, at this point, I have like 20 people, if that, who are even submitting clips for the show. And if attention is dead, everything's just dead at this point with the reacting. I get it, right? Like, I think it was a good idea 2 years ago. It was something fresh and fun. But after doing this for 2 years, the idea is stale, right? We got to do something new, which is why I think the long-form reacting is going to work. I feel like rejuvenating things with long-form reacting, where now we're going to pick specific videos ahead of time. I'm going to announce what the videos are. It's going to be more in-depth coverage instead of, wow, a stupid clip. Oh, that's a good clip. Oh, this is a dumb clip. It's going to be me actually giving full opinions and in-depth coverage of topics. I think that's going to be much better content. So, I definitely think that phasing this out works, okay? So yesterday I had a good time with it, don't get me wrong. The videos are live over on DSP Reacts if you want to check them out. We got 2 shows left, but man, attendance was down and no one really cared about it, all right? Last night, I did Retro React Silent Hill 1 on DSP Throwback. Now, here's the deal. I knew I wasn't finishing Silent Hill 1 last night. I knew it was going to have to be 2 more streams, which I wish it was 1 more because it would have been perfect to end it at the end of October here for Halloween, but it's fine that we need 1 more stream. But man, I've been having lots of issues on my late streams. If you notice, take a look right now. The stream is smooth, correct? It's nice, good quality. We're having absolutely no issues. But for some odd reason, when I've been streaming at night, my internet has been chopping up and giving a lot of problems, right? And I just don't know what's going on with that. It's very odd. So I'm trying to figure it out, and I realized something. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not actually streaming directly to YouTube. I'm not streaming directly to Kick. I'm streaming to this third-party site, Restream.io. And when I'm having these fluctuations in my internet when I'm streaming late, I've noticed it's not affecting anything else, just the stream. Now, how could I be having issues with my internet, yet my internet is working on anything but the stream, right? It doesn't make sense. If I was actually having issues with my internet through my ISP, the internet wouldn't be working at all. The chats would be crashing, pages wouldn't load, everything would be going wrong. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is I'm streaming, and all of a sudden, the connection goes green, red, green, red, 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 green, red. And then all of a sudden, the stream will drop. Then it comes back. Then it drops. Then it comes back. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think, honestly, it's not my internet. I think it's the Restream.io site. That's the site that I'm using for multi-streaming to Kick and YouTube. I think that's the problem. I think maybe more people use it at night, and maybe it overloads their servers, and then the connections are bad. So this kept happening last night. I was trying to stream the Retro React to Silent Hill 1, and we were having tons of problems. It just kept dropping. And now people on Kick are getting a million notifications. I'm going live and offline. People on YouTube have to keep joining new streams to see the stream. I'm like, this is a nightmare. I'm going to do something different completely. Okay? So what I ended up doing, I knew someone had said, well, a few people had told me about this plugin, and actually one of my moderators had sent it to me. It said there's a plugin for OBS that literally will do exactly the same thing that the Restream.io website is doing for you. And you don't have to pay for it. You know, Restream.io, I'm paying $50 a month in order to use this, right? They're saying this is literally will just multi-stream for you for free right through OBS. No additional fee. And I was very apprehensive about trying it because, as you know, my PC is over 10 years old. My OBS is massively outdated. But my moderator said, actually, what I did, I wanted to see if this would work for you. So I tested it on an outdated version of OBS like yours, and it works. So last night I said, well, you know what? We're having so many issues. Let me try this right now. So I downloaded the plugin. I installed it. I turned it on. It works beautifully. I'm using it right now. And I'm streaming to YouTube at beautiful 1080p 60 frames. And I'm streaming to Kick at beautiful 1080p 60 frames. And there's no issues at all, right? Like you guys are, it sounds good, correct? It looks good, sounds good. It's exactly the same. So why on earth am I paying $50 a month for Restream.io? And I have to ask the question, what's the point of the service? If you can just get a plugin and do all this shit for free, why is anyone even paying for it? I'm actually quite confused how they can even be in business. Unless the plugin's relatively new and it's a new thing, I don't know. So, anyway, it worked. Everything's fine. Now, I did, since we were already messing around with this, okay? I said, you know what? Let's do some more testing. I'm curious. Could I stream at two different qualities? Could I be streaming at the previous 15,000 kilobit per second, 1440p resolution that I was streaming to YouTube before I dual streamed? But can I also then stream at 8,500 kilobits per second, 1080p resolution to Kick? Because Kick has a limitation on the bitrate you can use. So can I do that? So I tried two different methods. The first method that I tried to do this, what I tried to do was stream 15,000 kilobits to both websites. Okay? On YouTube, it worked, no problem. But then to Kick, it didn't work. On Kick, it was basically, the stream would start, all right? And then it would just give an error. And the error was just like, it would just stop streaming, and then it would try again, and then it would stop streaming, and then it would try again, and it would stop streaming. So sadly, Kick does not have any encoders to lower the bitrate to the bitrate that would work for their site. I was thinking maybe they did. Maybe if you streamed at a higher bitrate to Kick, they would auto-adjust the bitrate to what works on Kick. They don't have that. So sadly, that didn't work. I'm like, man, all right, if that's the case, then how about I have my OBS try to stream itself 15,000 kilobits to YouTube and 8,500 kilobits to Kick. I had a feeling this wouldn't work because essentially what I'm doing is I'm doubling the processing load. You got to do two completely different processes, right? At different qualities. I tried it. Nope. My graphics card is over a decade old. It can't handle it. It literally immediately said, stop. What are you doing? I was getting a big error. Stop this right now. Overloaded, over encoded. Stop it. So I was like, that sucks. That really sucks. I really, really would have liked to be doing the dual qualities. You know, higher quality on YouTube, but also on Kick. I can't do it right now. I feel like when I get a new streaming PC, I should be able to, because number one, all the encoders and things are now updated, but I can't use them because I'm using over 10-year-old technology. So I can't use the most modern encoder and stuff. I'm using outdated shit. In addition, a new graphics card is going to be so much more powerful than an over decade-old graphics card. So I really feel like I'm going to be good. You know what I mean? Like, but once I get this new PC, I should be good. But, you know, I'm hoping for a good deal next month. Really, I hope there's like good Black Friday deals. Maybe I can get a PC that's normally like $1,500 and I can get it for like $700. That would be amazing. All right. I want to get one that future-proofs my streaming. So, you know, for now, maybe I can start doing 1440p on YouTube again, and then the 1080 on Kick. But then maybe later on, if I want to, I can maybe capture at 4K and do better quality. I'm not doing 4K right now at all. Like, everything I play is 1080p, and I like it like that because I want the 120 frames per second, the 120 hertz. Maybe someday I'll want to go 4K, right? So I'd like to prepare for that. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens next week, or next week, excuse me, next month. Fingers crossed that we get a good deal next month. Maybe we'll get like hey, if I can get like a $2,000 PC for like $1,250, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that. I just got to get that freaking, that deal. I got to look for that deal, hold out for that deal. All right. So anyway, now we should be okay. Like, for now, I don't think we're going to have the issues at night anymore. Once I started using the plugin rather than going to restream.io, it solved the issue. I didn't get one moment where my internet fluctuated or went to the red. So I really do think it was something to do with restream.io that was screwing it up. But I think we'll be okay now. Because now I'm going to be doing the dual streaming with this plugin. I think we'll be fine. And I apologize. Last night was a mess. Normally I play 2 or more hours. I only played like barely 90 minutes of Silent Hill 1 reacting because I just didn't have time because all these technical issues. But hopefully there's no further technical issues. I hope they're all cleared up now. Okay? All right. Now, before we get to our topics for today, I would like to direct your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, we did hit the support goal. I couldn't believe it. I thought yesterday the streak was going to end because it was a full react day. I know that the attention for that is dying out, right? I thought it was going to end. No, it continued. It persisted. People supported again. 41. We have tied the record. It was 41 goals hit back in August. That was the highest record that we hit. And then it died out. Why? Because Black Myth Wukong sucks ass. It got so fucking boring. People left. I couldn't even get like 250 people to watch that stream. I'm not even kidding you. I have more people right now watching this podcast than were watching me play Black Myth Wukong because the game was so goddamn boring. So, obviously I'm happy about that, okay? And thank you for keeping the support going. If we hit the streak or the support goal right now, we have a new streak. 42 will be the new record. And then every stream where we hit the goal, we're creating another new milestone. All right? So let's do it today. Obviously, let's hit the goal. Let's keep the streak going. Remember the reward at the end of the week. If we hit 46 on the first stream on Friday, it is Katsu Burger, a unique restaurant that's unique and located here in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, where they basically do a special Japanese frying of meat, whether it's beef, pork, chicken, or tofu, meat substitute, of course. And it's like eating a burger, but it's unique, all kinds of unique condiments and things they put on there, and they also have unique sides and stuff. Very interesting, and I'm actually very excited to try it. So I want to hit this. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the support going this week. And then Katsu Burger this coming Friday. We even have a Katsu Burger emote over on Kick. If you didn't know, that's what that emote is that 6-star Juzzy is using. That's the Katsu Burger emote. Okay? Awesome. So let's do it, right? Okay, so speaking of which, let's get to some shout-outs. We start off today with Game Ticker, who did a €2 super chat. he says, what game did you expect to dislike, but you ended up liking it? A game that I expected to dislike, but I ended up liking it. See, that's a tough question because I don't know how many games I go into expecting to dislike them. I don't know if when I play a game, I try to stay away from preconceived notions and I try to stay away from spoilers. So that way when I play a game for the very first time, I'm experiencing it honestly and I can give you my honest first take opinions on it. If I went into a game and I already knew everything about the game and I already knew that people hate or like the game, I'm kind of spoiling myself on it, right? Now, sometimes it's unavoidable, especially when there's a game that's coming out that's like so talked about and so hyped and stuff like that, right? But for the most part, I don't know how often I go into a game saying, I know I'm going to hate it. In fact, if there's a game that I think I'm going to hate, I usually don't play it, right? So honestly, Game Ticker, I don't know if I can answer your question. I couldn't tell you the last game that I played going into it saying, man, this game is going to be terrible, right? Sadly, the games that you remember are the ones that you were hoping were going to be good, and then they sucked, right? So, those are what I can tell you. I can't really remember one that I thought was going to suck and I liked. So, unless anyone, people who watch my stuff, maybe you guys would have a better answer, right? Okay. Gathering Hall Live with a $5 super chat. Let's get you up on the leaderboard because that's actually the biggest super chat of the day so far. Gathering Hall Live says, don't catch you live too often. Video on-demand viewer mostly. No problem. By the way, my on-demand videos are of the utmost quality. They're 20,000 kilobits per second. That's why they're so gorgeous. My on-demand videos look better than my streams. Rare that I'm off when you're live. I thought I'd drop a super chat today. Thanks for the content. You are welcome, Gathering Hall Live. I'm glad you're enjoying the on-demand stuff on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. So just to remind everyone, literally every single contribution counts towards the goals now. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, and gifted memberships on the YouTube side. Subs and gifted subs on the Kick side. And tips, which everyone can do by just looking at the description of the streams or using the tips command on YouTube or looking at the About panel on Kick. By the way, someone has told me about that there is a bot you can use on Kick. It's called KickBot. And I'm thinking about setting it up when I have time. I don't have time right now, but maybe I'll look into it. Apparently, it's very similar to Nightbot, and you can have commands and stuff. So that would be great so that people can have kind of similar, identical commands no matter where they are and stuff like that, right? Okay, so anyway, let's get some momentum going, please, guys. Let's support the stream today. Let's hit the goal. Let's hit 42. Let's hit a new record. And let's keep it rolling through the week to have Katsu Burger on Friday. It's amazing that we got back to 41, quite frankly. Because you got to remember something. Back in August, I had tons of new momentum. Because I'd been on Kino Casino. People had watched our co-op react. Everything was like white hot popular, right? So at that point, I had great support because of a new audience. Now, let's be honest. I basically have settled into that audience. There's some people who are stuck around. A lot of them have left. I get it. That's how it works, right? But the cool part about it is I'm back to that level, even with the audience that I have. I'm so grateful for that I have this level of support. Here's what it is. I know exactly what it is, right? You guys are seeing the effort and the improvements. You're seeing the setup change and look so much better. You're seeing the improvements I'm doing, co-streaming now to 2 different websites. I'm talking about I want to buy a new PC that's going to improve the streams, right? And you're seeing that and you want to support that. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm happy to see that you're recognizing the effort I'm putting in and the fact that I want to improve everything around here, you know? I'm not just going to sit here and do the same thing every day. I want to improve. I want to change for the better. And I'm doing my best to do that, all right? I'm listening to your feedback. The React stuff's played out. Do something different. You got it. The interviews, focus more on games right now because you're backlogged on games. You got it. I'm doing what's in line with what my audience wants. And I want to keep doing that. So please, by all means, keep sharing your opinions. Keep letting me know how I can improve. I want to hear all of this feedback. It's very critical to me. Okay? Very good. Ren says, Did you hear there's a study done? 44% of millennials learned touch typing, but Gen Z has less than 2% education of typing skills. Odd, in a more digital world, they can't type. Because, well, you know why? Because they never had to. Right. Everything now, I mean, think about it. Most people are using mobile devices to do everything. So they're just using a touch keyboard with thumbs, right? We all grew up in the 90s. We all had to learn how to use a keyboard hardcore. Like, you had to type. Everything you did was typing. Every article that you had to research, you had to type up a report, type up a fucking, homework assignment, type. And you go on the internet and you want to talk with your friends. You had to type. There was no phone to do it. So we all had to learn the keyboard and memorize that shit. Today, everything's on the phone, so everything's a touch screen. So yeah, I can get, hell, half of it's text to speech, right? You could just talk to it now and then it'll just calculate what you're saying and convert it into text. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sarah says, I think people have recognized you're changing for the better and you kept the spirit of what makes your content great and not gone full drama. See, that's the thing. I'm okay with every once in a while covering drama. We had our day the other day. We talked about Rich. It was funny, right? And you know what? That train wreck continues. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Apparently, he was live reacting to my stream yesterday. While we were here doing the podcast together, he turned on my stream. And as I just happened to, like, someone in chat brought him up. And I was like, we don't have to talk about Rich today because I have content to offer the internet. I have quality content. I have stuff to offer that's of meaning. I don't want to just sit here and make fun of someone all day, every day, because that's what you do if you don't have any content. Dude, he was watching and his whole chat shamed him, saying, dude, you're literally doing what he's saying is not quality content and he's about to do stuff better than you all day. They fucking destroyed him. So once again, he turned on my stream to try to make fun of me and he self-felted himself and his entire chat destroyed him live. But that's what I mean. I don't even need to do this every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe once a week we'll cover some drama topics. But I'm happy just chilling with you guys, talking gaming, talking news, playing games. That's what it's all about. Having meaningful content that you guys want to come back to every day. And by the way, you would watch after the fact, right? The stuff that I do, people want to watch the podcast after the fact. They want to watch the playthroughs after the fact. There's ongoing relevance to the content that I make. It's not just, here's what's in the moment today, and immediately it's outdated. So there you go. Jade, I'm glad that you're good. Excellent. All right, let's continue on now to our next topic of discussion for today. And by the way, guys, let's get some support, shall we? Let's get some support on the stream. We only got $7 in super chats. Let's get some subs and gifted subs. Let's get a first tip of the day, right? Let's get these things down here that don't have anything yet. Let's get some of those filled in. Fill in the gaps. Let's get the momentum going so we can hit the goal. All right? All right. Cool. Let's get to our topic, our first big topic of the day, which, quite frankly, this is a rough one. All right. Let me see here. We're 38 minutes in. Okay. Ladies, whoa. Well, I was just about to start, but let's hold off. Perry the White just gifted 10 subs to the Kit community. Thank you so much, Perry the White, for supporting. 10 subs over on Kick. Boom. And so, let's get him up on the leaderboard. Our first gifted subs of the day. And that's going to propel us massively forward. $57 in support so far this morning. Thank you. We're more than a third of our way to the goal. Thank you so very much, Perry, for that. Really appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So now let's get to our topic. Ready? So let's look again. We're about 39 minutes in. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was preparing today's stream, I turned on the stream. I got the podcast rolling. I was like, let's get started. In the chat, someone says, breaking news. Something crazy just happened with Sony. I'm like, well, I don't know if I believe you. Let me check. Oh, it was real. No, people aren't messing with me. It was true. I'm like, all right, let's cover the story. All right, guys, you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, I dressed up like Dan Hibiki and I played Street Fighter. No, this is what happened. Sony closed 2 more studios, Neon Koi and Firewalk, Firewalk Studios were the makers of Concord, and Concord is permanently gone. Permanently gone forever. All right? Here is the internal email from Herman Holst, who the head of Sony Gaming right now, I believe. You ready? Dear team, today I want to share some important updates from Sony Interactive Entertainment's Studio Business Group. We consistently evaluate our games portfolio and status of our projects to ensure that we are meeting near and long-term business priorities. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen SIE's studio business, we have had to make a difficult decision relating to two of our studios, Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios. Expanding beyond PlayStation devices and crafting engaging online experiences alongside our single-player games are key focal areas for us as we evolve our revenue streams. We need to be strategic. Thorough? No. We need to be strategic, though, in bringing our games to new platforms and recognize when our games fall short of meeting player expectations. While mobile remains a priority growth area for the studio business, we are in the very early stage of our mobile efforts. To achieve success in this area, we need to concentrate on titles that are in line with PlayStation Studios' pedigree and have the potential to reach more players globally. With this refocused approach, Neon Koi will close, and its mobile action game will not be moving forward. I want to express my gratitude to everyone at Neon Koi for their hard work and endless passion to innovate. So I just want you to think about this. Herman Holst, who's in charge of Sony Gaming, says here, what we want to do is we want to be in the mobile games market, and we realize we haven't really entered it yet. This is our first efforts to do so. So in order for us to be successful, we're closing the studio that's making one of the mobile games. It's not even done yet, but we're just going to close them. What? How are you breaking into the mobile games market by closing the studio that's making the mobile games? we don't even know what? Like, what game were they even making? Apparently they're making an action game, but we don't even know what it is. The game is not even announced yet, and they canceled it, and they closed the studio. Imagine that. Imagine if you interview with a company, you're a game developer, and you get hired, and you're like, this is great. We're breaking into new ground. We're going to start making amazing mobile games. In fact, we're going to purchase this Neon Koi company. You're now working under the Sony umbrella. Congrats. This is going to be great. First attempt at doing mobile games. This is going to be great. And then they close the studio before you even made your game. Like, huh? You didn't give them a chance. This isn't a situation like with the studio that made The Evil Within. I'm trying to remember the name of the studio right now. It's eluding me, right? So they made a bunch of horror games. The Evil Within 1 sells massively for Microsoft, but then the second game flops, doesn't sell as well. So then they refocus their efforts. Tango Gameworks, thank you. They refocus their efforts. They make another game that's great. The game sells, and then they still get fired, right? It's not even that situation where they had a track record of success, then failure, then success. They've had no track record because they haven't been giving a chance. They didn't even give them a chance to finish the fucking game. And they're laying these people off. It's like, what? It's pretty messed up. Okay? But of course, that's not really what people are talking about. They're talking about the next part of this. But hold on a second, because I received some contributions. First of all, I received a $5 tip from One Sick Puppy. I'm excited for more Black Ops 6. Can't wait for you to take down Saddam and be a bad, bad man. What? What? Is Saddam in the campaign? Saddam Hussein? I don't know. I haven't played the campaign, obviously, so I don't know. We're starting the campaign tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's late stream, we will begin and see what it's all about. All right, so thank you for that. By the way, shall we test and see if the tip animations are working today? Because yesterday they were not, but I believe that I have fixed that problem, and they should be working today, okay? So work, I fixed it. Cool. All right, excellent. Yeah, a stupid weird thing that happened yesterday was bizarre. That OBS did some kind of a forced update. Okay, so thank you, One Sick Puppy, for our first tip of the day. Then I received 5 gifted memberships on YouTube from the Red King. Thank you so much, Red King. So each membership on YouTube, I roughly make about $3. So with the 5 gifted, we'll count that for about 15. And that means that we'll be up to $77 in contributions. We are more than halfway to hitting our goal. Now, unfortunately, the leaderboard's too long, so I'm going to abbreviate some stuff here. Gathering Hall Live will just become 3 abbreviated letters now. There we go. So now it will fit. Cool. Halfway there, my friends. Let's keep it rolling. Let's hit a new record this morning, shall we? Thank you so much, guys. All right. So continuing on with the story, now we're going to head into the real meat and potatoes of the story. What everyone is talking about. You ready? Okay. So, regarding Firewalk, as announced in early September in an important update on Concord, and there was the link to the post, certain aspects of Concord were exceptional. Which ones? Hold on. Before we continue, what aspects of Concord were exceptional? The game was a knockoff of Guardians of the Galaxy when it comes to the design of the story and the characters, correct? There was nothing original there whatsoever. It was literally a Guardians knockoff. Everyone knows that. The gameplay was literally a team-based hero shooter a la Overwatch. There was literally nothing original whatsoever in the gameplay elements. The graphics were very Overwatch-esque. There was nothing original in that. Okay? So, I mean, we keep going, but please tell me what exactly was exceptional about Concord, because games that have exceptional aspects don't fail. Even if they don't resonate with a wide audience, they still get like a cult following that would love it. Concord did not have that. Concord launched and had one of the lowest player bases in gaming history on Steam. So tell me where it was exceptional. So basically, he's sugarcoating the failure for no reason. It's already deemed a failure. Everyone knows it. Why he's sugarcoating the failure, I have no clue. It doesn't serve any purpose to do so. But maybe he's trying to make himself look better because it was under his watch that this happened. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to it. So certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players. And as a result, we took the game offline. We have spent considerable time these past few months exploring all of our options. What past few months? It was September and October. That's less than 2 months because October's not done yet. What last few months? Everything he does is PR speak. You see that? So now he's acting like they really took a lot of time to consider this. No, they didn't. They took basically about 1 month to figure this out. Okay? Now let's continue. After much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I want to thank all of Firewalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. No, you don't. No, you don't. Seriously, if you thought that they had high levels of craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication, you wouldn't have closed the studio. You would have said, all right, this game didn't work, but we liked what you made, so let's give you an opportunity to make a second game. Instead, you're shit-canning them. So you don't think that they had craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. Everything this guy says is a lie. This entire email is fucked up because everything here is PR speak and lying. None of it is true. Okay, continuing on. The PvP first-person shooter genre is a competitive space that's continuously evolving, and unfortunately, we did not hit our targets with this title. Well, your title didn't do anything unique. All your game did was copy what everyone else had did and taped it together with duct tape, and you pretended like it was a new game. It's not a new game. It's the same game as other people have already made. It's uninspired. You could tell that the brainstorming for this game was done by a bunch of executives in a boardroom. No research was done with the market to see what the market wanted, right? I'll give you an example. What other game is a hero shooter that recently was tested and tested very well, and people are anticipating to be a big hit? Marvel Rivals. Why? Because it's fucking Marvel. It's got an IP attached to it that people want and like, but it's also got the aspects of gameplay that people like from hero shooters, okay? Your game didn't have an IP. didn't have any originality. You stole all your ideas and did a shitty knockoff game. So that's why no one wants it. If your game was Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe someone would have liked it. But you didn't even get the IP. You just copied others. And then people said, well, we see what you're doing here. This is shit. We're not going to play a knockoff game that's uninspired. This is a bunch of old dudes in suits brainstorming in a boardroom. Is this what the kiddies like? Yeah, what about that Overwatch League? Dude, Overwatch League is played out too. No one plays Overwatch. It just doesn't make any sense. The game makes no sense. So it's funny because he says the the PvP first-person shooter genre is a competitive space that's continuously evolving. No, you want to know what it is? It's outdated and it's old now. You missed the boat. If you wanted to be in on the PvP first-person competitive shooter, you had to be 5 years ago at the time of Apex Legends coming out and games like that. That's when you had to hit the mark. You're too late. Your game came out so late in the game. There was no way it was going to be successful. You failed. Again, this reminds me of how everyone was trying to do a battle royale game way too late after the success of Fortnite. It doesn't work that way. You have to strike when the iron is hot. You have to be there at the right place and right time. You took so long to make your fucking knockoff game, no one cares about the genre anymore except the established titles. Or in the case of Marvel Rivals, if there's a big IP attached, then people care. People aren't just going to care about some generic shit you made, right? Continuing on. We will take the lessons learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this area. So what lessons did you learn? Right? Like, why don't you cite them? Like right now, in this email, say, here's what we've learned. We're not going to kowtow to the crowd of this mob of online people who claim they want something, but then they don't buy it. Instead, we're going to make games that are good. We're going to make games that are fun to play, have unique gameplay loops that are addictive, that have great graphics, that have interesting writing, instead of, we're just going to make crap because a mob online said they like it, and now no one bought it. Why not just admit what you did wrong, and then people would believe you? Because what's happened in this email, there is no admittance of anything wrong. It's just, oh, just bad luck. Oh, well, good luck on your future endeavors. No, you fucked up. You made ginormous miscalculations on what the gamers wanted. You made a piece of shit that no one asked for besides an online mob of people that don't spend money, and now you're fucked. But now who's going to pay? Is Herman Holst quitting? Saying, oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I greenlit this, but, you know, I'm now going to give up all my compensation this year, my $5 zillion that I make being the head of Sony Gaming. I'm not, you know, I'm going to sell off my yacht. No, instead, he'll stay in his position of power. He'll be getting a bonus this year while all these people are losing their jobs. Isn't it great how the industry works? Let's continue because we're not done. The text got a lot bigger for this part. I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing SIE. Both decisions were given serious thought, and ultimately we feel they are the right ones to strengthen the organization. No, when you're cutting people out, you're weakening your organization. What don't you understand about that? When you're laying people off, you're weakening your company. Your bad decisions led them to make games that no one was going to buy, but you're staying and they're going. You are the problem, but you're not correcting the problem. You're cutting the fat to pay for your mistake. They have to lose their jobs because you, Mr. Holst, are a bad leader. That's the problem with gaming right now. The people in charge are not held accountable for their mistakes. The people working at Firewalk didn't say one day, we're just going to use all our time and resources to make Concord. The management told them to do it. The management said, here's the projects. Let's choose a project to make. Let's dictate and do this and this and this. Like, why did they have to lose their jobs? The best case scenario here would have been Herman Holst comes out and he publicly apologizes and says, here's the deal. We made bad miscalculations in the management structure of the company. We screwed up. It's our fault because we thought that making a game that was going to basically give everything that the people want online, who are this woke group who demand, you know, representation, demand all these things that no one is looking for in gaming. We made a whole game for that. We fucked up. That's on us. Now what we're going to do is listen to gamers and what gamers want. We're going to make games for what you are asking for and stop trying to cater to this small group of loud, annoying people online, right? And then he said, so we're not laying anyone off. Instead, all of our resources are going to go that Firewalk is now going to make a good game based on what they made here. We can even reuse some new resources, but they're going to make something better, okay? But instead, oh no, we have to answer to the shareholders and be super profitable at all times. We have to make sure that the rich stay rich and the poor get fucked. And that's what they're doing. Let's just fire the whole fucking studio. So now all those pay goes away, and now we can move forward with our next piece of shit game that everyone will hate. So let's continue with this. Neon Koi and Firewalk were home to many talented individuals, and we will work to find placement for some of those impacted within our global community of studios where possible. Just don't fire them, asshole. Then you don't have to do that. I'm a big believer in the benefits of embracing creative experimentation and developing new IP. However, growing through sustainable financials, especially in a challenged economic environment, is critical. Okay, so step down. So step down. What you failed to do was make a good new IP. You're the one who greenlit Concord. So you step down because you greenlit it. You take your pay and you give it to the people who are demanding blood for this game failing. You don't fire the people who did what you told them to do. You suffer for your bad decision instead. I don't understand. I really don't. While today is a difficult day. Yeah, but who's it difficult for, Herman? Not for you. You're fine. You and your golden parachute, you're living in a life of fucking luxury. No consequences for your bad decisions. Only the people under you ever suffer, right? There is much to look forward to in the months ahead from the studio, business group, and our teams. There is? Like what? You just announced the PlayStation 5 Pro. It's releasing in a few weeks, right? Well, actually 2 weeks, not even. What games are going to be out for that, Herman? Herman, I hear crickets, Herman. What games are coming out that we need a PS5 Pro to play? Last of Us 2? What, 5-year-old game? Horizon Forbidden West, 2-3-year-old game? Didn't even do that well? God of War Ragnarok, a game we all played 2 years ago? Like, what do I... Herman, I can't hear you. Speak up, Herman. What games am I going to be playing on my PS5 Pro, you buffoon? This is the guy who's in charge of Sony. This is what he's busy doing. Putting out bad games and laying off the studios who did what he told them to do, instead of actually making good games people want to play on a Sony console. And he'll be one of the people, literally he'll be one of the people who will come out and say, man, the industry's in a rut right now. The industry's really in a downturn. No, it's not, Herman. You are. You're a bad leader. You're bad at your job. And when people are bad at their job, they get punished for it. But not you. You're protected because you're rich, right? So because you're rich and you're at the top, you never have consequences for your bad decisions. Everyone else pays for your bad decisions. It's time for this to end. It's time to stop this structuring of companies where when people make bad decisions, they get rewarded. Because he's going to get a bonus this year for putting out a PS5 Pro with no games and for putting out terrible games and then firing the people who made them instead of punishing himself. I remain confident that we are building a resilient and capable organization driven by creating unforgettable entertainment experiences for our players. When? When are they coming out? What is being developed? What are you talking about? We played Astrobot. That was great. I loved Astrobot. What's the next? You have no information to share with us. Why? Because they were banking on Concord. They were going to say, what a year. Concord and Astrobot, back-to-back bangers, right? That's what they were really hinging on. And it didn't happen, and now they look like assholes. They got nothing for the rest of the year. There's not a single big Sony exclusive coming out for this year. There's nothing next year either. Can you tell me a big Sony exclusive coming out early next year? It's like they're all sitting there with their thumbs up their asses. So I'm sorry, Herman. I don't have any confidence in you right now as the leader of Sony Gaming Studio. I don't. I think that you're a jackass. Everything that we're seeing right now is that basically you have nothing. You have nothing in the pipeline. You're trying to sell us a console that no one wants. The only ones that's selling is the 30th anniversary edition because it's limited edition. So people think it's going to be a big collector's item. But outside of that, PS5 Pros will not be flying off the shelves. right? There's no reason to have one. So, Herman, you tell us when you got something for us, all right? But this is a shit show. You're a terrible leader. And until you actually show some kind of competence in your job, I would like to ask you to do something kindly for all of gaming on behalf of all gamers everywhere. I, Darkside Phil, would like to ask Herman Holtz, please fuck off. Go away. Come back when you got something for us, you fucking buffoon. Okay, I got that off my chest. All right. So, what great story today, huh? I mean, what great news. No, it's terrible. I hate these fucking stories like this. This is awful. It's fucking punishing the wrong people over and over, and it really gets my goat. It does. This is one of my pet peeves about the gaming industry. People who fail up. He fails up. He makes bad decision after bad decision. Reward him. He'll get a compensation bonus this year, right? Oh no, because Concord was a failure, Herman Holst can only buy 2 yachts this year, not 3. Maybe he'll have to get 2 yachts and a dinghy instead, right? Oh, shucks. I wish I was joking, but it's true. Take a look at the money these guys make. And then tell me that that's in line with the performance of the things that they're doing in their jobs. It's insane. Okay. Anyway, that's that for our game news for today. So here's the deal. Once again, I was going to do a topics segment today on basically long form reacting. I feel like we need to save it for a day when we have a lot of time. And right now it's already 12:20 a.m. So being that we only have about maybe 20-30 minutes left on the show, I'd rather save this for a day when we don't have other topics. Okay? So okay. Oh. Death Stranding 2 is coming at some point next year. I mean, fair enough, but that's not, for me, when you say Death Stranding 2, that's the game for people who really like Hideo Kojima. And I get that. Like, Hideo Kojima is a groundbreaking game designer and a great writer as well. But to me, that's not like the big Sony game. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the big Sony game that we're all anticipating right now? I'm waiting to hear. Like, I don't even know. I can't even think of one. It seems like this generation of games, all the good games are cross-platform. All the games are third-party. The big best games are all third-party adventures now. Almost never do you get a good first-party game anymore, right? So I would love to be talking more positively about it. I mean, if anything, man, what a good time to be a PC gamer. For me, things are working out because I have not missed a single thing being a PC gamer. There's been 0 console exclusives besides Astrobot that have been worth playing. The Last of Us Part 3. Oh, how could you say that? Oh, no. Yikes. All right. Well, guys, here's the deal. I think we should do a little bit of open Q&A discussion today to cool down from that topic. Like I said, I do want to talk about long-form reacting and some of the ideas that we have for it. Overpower Boone has a really good post that we're going to review together and look at his ideas. But we got time to do that. I think today we should just chill out and relax and see, what else we do. Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is on PC. It's not a console exclusive. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is 2 years old. Or is it a year old? Astrobot was good. Rise of the Ronin, no one cared about Rise of the Ronin. Stellar Blade. Again, you guys grossly over-exaggerate Stellar Blade and its impact on the games market. Was there a group for that who liked it? Yes. Was it a massive over-the-top bestseller? No, it wasn't. People want to act like it was. It wasn't. It's an action game like Bayonetta and shit. It did all right, but it didn't fucking blow up in sales. It's not outperforming the big games. You know what I'm saying? Phil's Broken Toilet with a $2 super chat says, this is coming from a guy who wears PJs all day. That's correct. I sleep in my nice button-down shirt. You're absolutely correct. I do. Why wouldn't I? Who wouldn't? I wear nice button-down clothes to bed. Yes. I think he's talking about my pants. Well, because I'm wearing comfy pants. I'm actually wearing sweatpants today. These are Uniqlo sweatpants, and they're very comfy. Uniqlo. They're nice, comfy, good material, very comfortable to the body. There you go. I'm sorry. Should I be wearing full dress slacks while I stream video games all day? Is that what I should be doing? Weird people. The only bummer is now that we hit the fall, I'm not wearing shorts anymore. You guys cannot see my massively roided calves anymore. They will be covered until the spring when I go back to shorts. So you will not be able to see my big muscular calves any further this gaming season. I'm very sorry, guys. Okay. Where is my tie? Be professional? Hold on. Can't see. There we go. I got my tie. You happy now? There's my tie. Here's my shirt. We good? Nice. Here we go. Look. Look at that. Now that's professionalism for you, folks. That's professionalism for you, right? Now you got a professional streamer here every day. Peak performance podcasting right here on DSP Gaming every single day. That's right. All right. Well, now we're good to go. Tie goal. Yeah, let's do a tie goal. There you go. Phil's Broken Toilet did another super chat saying, I look like I live at a bus stop. Also fix me. Well, man, if I live at a bus stop, it must be a really nice bus stop, right? Seriously. Can you see? You ever seen a bus stop with this kind of backlights? By the way, hold on, because now it got real bright outside. I'm gonna close my shades here. It got way too bright out there. All right. Can we hit the tie goal? Can we hit the tie goal to put on a tie today on stream? Come on. Do you know how long I've had this tie? Do you want to know the truth? I bought this tie about 12 or 13 years ago. All right. Do you want me to prove it? From Think Geek. Think Geek doesn't exist. Think Geek was bought out by GameStop and then liquidated, and all of their inventory was thrown into GameStop stores to sell, and they've been out of business for the longest time. So I have had this tie for over 12 to 13 years sitting around, and I never used it for anything until today. It's the first time I ever used it. Ren says, where is the official Level 1 podcast mug? Trademark. Look at it. Now you look really professional. You're sitting on stream with a nice button-down shirt, a very professional 8-bit tie, and your official Level 1 podcast drinking mug. This is how you work. This is the professional streamer setup. Everyone, take a screen capture of this right now. This is what you aspire to be. Right? LTG telling me that I don't look good on my streams. LTG, try looking like this bitch. All right? You with your felted ass fucking background that looks like it's from a dollar store, where your grandmama's gonna run in your room any second and fucking tell you to clean the fucking garbage out. Look at it. This is professional. All right? Anyway. Anyway, so if you want to check out my merchandise store, it is darksidephil.shop. I sent a dozen or more new designs to the company last night. And so they're going to go through those designs and see what's feasible to make some new merch heading into the Christmas season. They're going to work on that, and hopefully within like a week or two, they're going to have some new designs up, and then I'm going to be able to showcase those to you guys. And they're actually going to make me like either a pullover, hoodie, or a sweatshirt or something, and they're going to send it to me so I can wear it on streams, and that you can see some of the new merch that'll be available. Or, oh, my tie is crooked. If I button this up all the way, I'd clip on even better. But the neck's tight. Yeah. This is a shirt that's actually meant to be opened. Like, that's the design of the shirt. It's actually not meant to be buttoned up like that, like a dress shirt. So. Ooh. Okay. Instead of vests and hats, now I'm cosplaying as Patrick Bateman. There you go. Amazing. All right. All right. So, guys, we got a little bit of extra time. Whatever you guys would like to talk about, please tag me in the chat. And we'll have a little bit of back and forth before we jump back into Call of Duty for today, which I'm looking forward to. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hey, Jasper Kitty, would you like some bursts? Some burst treats? Oh, he's excited now. I'll get you some burst treats. I'm going to get Jasper Kitty some burst treats. Hi, Jasper. Boy. Bag open. The bag won't open. It's up. Trying, Jasper. Some burst treats. Joy. Crunchy. Crunchy burst treats. Yummy. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's see here. Evan, I don't know how I would set up. I don't know how I would set up fan lobbies in Call of Duty, quite frankly. You know, the only thing I could think about would be just to set up an open lobby and invite people. Hey, here it is, join the lobby. Or maybe do a lobby and password protected, but announce the password on stream. I don't know how to set up lobbies otherwise in Call of Duty to make them work. Like, some people are like, can you members only lobby? Can you sub only lobby? I don't know how to do that. I think people who've done that, they have like a Discord. And again, I don't have a Discord. I have no plans of getting a Discord. So I don't know how to make that work, quite honestly, you know. Any updates on Wings? I'll be honest with you, Fed Roger. I haven't really talked to Wings in a bit. Like I told you, like last week, I got so fed up with the whole interview thing that I just didn't care anymore. So I've just been focusing on games and advancement in games and covering the games and stuff like that. I think I will eventually get back to, looking to do the interview at Wings, but it's just like not really a big priority for me right now. I could do the password on stream, put it in the corner of the screen. I guess you could. Yeah. Can I play around with the new infection mode in Black Ops? Maybe. Jasper Kitty, you want to jump up here? Everyone wants to see you. Jasper, people want to see you. Come on up here. Come on up, buddy. People want to see the Jasper Kitty. Come on up. Come on up. Come on, Jasper. Come up here. Jasper Kitty. He won't. I want him to jump on my lap. Now he won't do it. Maybe it's the tie. Maybe the tie is freaking him out. I look too professional. He's used to me being casual, and now I'm professional, and it freaks him out. He's like, what is going on? You see, he wouldn't jump on my lap. All right. Elm Street Blues did a $2 super chat. He says, "Show us the baby." Yeah, I know. I would like to, but he wouldn't. He won't jump up right now for whatever reason. I think he wants more bursts, but I gave him a bunch. I'm not gonna give him a ton. He always wants more. No, you can't have more. Do you ever plan on doing reviews ever again? Maybe. I always do reviews for big releases, right? If there's like a giant release that people really want to hear me do a review of, if it's a controversial game or whatever. But I don't do it that often. You know, why? Because reviews are pretty much meant to be like offline video content. And quite frankly, I don't really make offline video content. I do streams, and then I just archive that footage as offline videos, right? That's not a big concern. Am I aware that humans can get toxoplasmosis from cats? I don't know what toxoplasmosis is. What I can tell you is I originally was very allergic to cat hair. Like when we first got Jasper, I was itchy all over for a week. But then when eventually my body built up the resistance to it and I stopped being so itchy. I still every once in a while get it. Like if I'm playing with him and if he like scratches or licks me or something, sometimes like my hands like get a little itchy or whatever. But for the most part, I've gotten over it. Brain worms. Oh, good. And I enjoy brain worm. Oh, it's a illness you can get from cleaning their cat litter. Oh, well, just be careful cleaning the cat litter. Scoop it out carefully. Don't touch the pee or poop, right? Agent, FYI, whenever I play a game, all right, usually, like the day or two after I play a game for the first time, I'll do a first impressions on this podcast, all right? Also, whenever I beat a game, I usually give my final impressions when the credits are rolling or right after. I'll always do that. Even though I don't do formal reviews, I still do have that. So, you can always check that out. All right, what else you guys want to talk about today? We got a little bit of time left. Not a lot of time. We got like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. Any other topics you'd like to discuss, please tag me in the chat. And of course, if any other contributions came in, I'd be greatly appreciated. We're already at 83. I can't point. We're already at 83 and haven't even booted the game yet, so that's great. We hit the goal. Hey, if we hit the goal before we even start the game, that's amazing, right? Brainworms sound dangerous. Brainworms sound delicious, actually. I think I'd like to try some. Will I play zombies at some point? Probably yes. Probably yes. That's some of the ideas that I'm tossing around doing in the next, week or two. Zombies is definitely one of them. Okay, so I'll let you know when I have more information on that. Ren says detractors get mad when he does this. What do you mean? When you support me? Of course they do. Detractors are so upset. Literally so upset whenever someone supports me. They can't take it. They lose their minds. The fact that here's the truth. All right. In reality, at one point, perhaps the detractors had a point. A long time ago, I think they did. I think that when This Is How You Don't Play started and all of that, I think they did have a point. They were pointing out that I was low effort, low energy, kind of doing the samey shit every single day, right? No originality, not improving my setup, not improving anything, just kind of putting out blah content. And that's really what the point of This Is How You Don't Play was. But they had a point. That was 12 years ago, 13 years ago, right? And systematically what they've done over the last decade is jumped from goalpost to goalpost to goalpost to goalpost to try to keep saying, well, this is the next thing that's wrong about Phil. And this is the next thing that's wrong about Phil. And this is the next thing that's wrong. They've gotten to the point now where they don't have a point anymore. All of the things, the issues, the real issues they had with me, right, have been resolved, cleared up, or no one cares. Again, the biggest thing they ever had was WWE Champions. Guess what? No one cares about WWE Champions. Everyone's okay with me spending money on it if I want. I fucking play it publicly and can spend money on it if I want. It's gotten boring. It's a 2-month-old meme that's now boring. No one cares about it anymore. It's a dead issue. So now they try to invent new issues every day that don't stick, don't stay, and they're done. Like, they're just the most boring, stunted people. And so now whenever someone contributes, even though there's no reason why someone shouldn't contribute, they don't even have a legit reason anymore. They don't have anything they can say that sticks or makes sense. So they regurgitate 5 to 10-year-old things that don't apply anymore, or they make shit up every day that doesn't exist or doesn't apply. Just lies, right? Like, he didn't eat the Krabby Patty. Oh, so because I didn't eat a shitty-ass scam tie-in at Wendy's and instead did better things that the fans like, that's a reason to not support me? No, you're mentally stunted. That's what a dunce would say. That's what a dummy would say. You understand? So that's it. That's all they've got, right? So because of that, they now go after every single person who tries to contribute. They'll try to find out your information and harass you online. Just ignore it. The best thing you can ever do is to absolutely ignore all of their nonsense. Just don't even give them the time of day. Just ignore it all, and it goes away. Okay? And thank you, because guess what? Rend just gifted 5 memberships to the community over on Kick. So thank you very much, Rend. That is the equivalent of $25. So now we are up to $107 of support on today's stream. We are more than 2/3 of the way to hitting the new record of 42 straight streams of hitting the goals and crushing those goddamn trolls, right? Thank you. No, I hear you. Turtle Sniffer says, I personally enjoy watching you play champions, especially after getting good characters that last pull. I understand you wanted to move on, but it was a chill stream. I know. Listen, champions is good, but the gimmick of champions is that you play the game for half the stream and then you raise money and you do a pull for the second half of the stream. That's the only way it's fun. Like, really, that's the addictiveness and the reward you get for playing the game. You spend money, but you get good things. If you just play the game, you actually don't get very good things, right? So we've been doing it for 2 months. I've raised an incredible amount of money playing it. It's played out and boring now, right? Like, it literally is. So now we move on and we do other things. There's tons of other games to play. You know, there's stuff that's not even in the rotation right now that I want to bring back. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Maybe we'll bring it back again sometime. Like I said, I was thinking around like Black Friday week, because Black Friday week, they have like a Thanksgiving event and then they have a Black Friday event. So maybe we can bring it back around then and see what they're doing in the game. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's again, it was a meme, and by me playing the game and spending money on it publicly, it owned the meme about me, and it destroyed my detractors to the point where they have no power ever mentioning the game ever again. It literally doesn't apply. They can't say a word about it at all. They're done. They're fucked, right? So now it's done. It's played out. On to the next, right? Do something different. Am I excited for AC Shadows? No. I told you, the stuff I saw about it, I didn't like. I don't like the open world copy The Witcher formula they used for so many games. I did think Odyssey was good. The other two, like Origins and Valhalla, I didn't like as much. I think Odyssey's the best one out of that trilogy. So the whole samurai aspect looks like shit. Seriously, it just looks stupid. The ninja aspect doesn't look like classic stealth, which is what I want. Like, it's funny because they put out a classic stealth game, and now they're abandoning all of that just to go back to the formula people didn't like. So I'm not too excited for it, honestly. Like I said, if I was going to buy it, I was going to get the Ubisoft Connect or Ubisoft Plus, whatever the fuck the subscription service is. That's how I'm going to play it. I'm not buying it. I'll get it through there. I'll play it for the month, and then I'll just drop the subscription. Ren says it's not bad ideas to have a low-effort style game where you can play and engage with your chat more. I think it's what made Hearthstone successful. Streamers had time between turns to chat, and it's a vibe. Exactly. That's what I call the chill stream games, right? Games like Stardew Valley. Games like Bassmaster, which we played for a long time. Games like Minecraft. Games like Subnautica. Or coming up, so the ultimate chill game is coming up soon, guys. I don't know if you're aware. Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out in November. That game is excellent. We played this years ago, but it was the old version on the Xbox Series X, okay? People would pick and fly places to go all over the world, and we would fly at night to those locations, 2 or 3 a night, and we would have fun conversations about the culture, the people who live there. Sometimes we would have people from those cultures in the chat, and we would talk about it, and then we would just shoot the shit about topics as we were flying over, looking at these amazing views, right? I can't wait for Flight Sim to come back. I can't. I think it's going to be super fun. I'm very excited for Flight Sim to return. I hope that you guys are too. A brand new one with great new graphics. I think that game has potential to be absolutely outstanding. By the way, guys, we're at 74 likes on YouTube. Let's get that up to 100 likes, all right? We're almost there. We're 3/4 of the way to 100 likes. Let's get to a solid 100 likes on the YouTube side, shall we? Thank you so much. If we could do that, that would be outstanding this morning. Thank you. By the way, quality is good, right, guys? The stream quality? Because, again, I'm using the new plugin to dual stream today. I'm not using the paid service. It looks beautiful, right? So I guess I don't need Restream.io at all. Seems like this plugin's working beautifully, right? Can I try hardcore in Call of Duty? Again, I know people like that, but right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to level up all the guns and do all the unlocks, right? I don't think hardcore is really going to aid me in that. We could, if you really want me to, we could. I just don't see the appeal. I don't think people are going to like it any better than me just doing standard, you know? But it seems like no matter what I do when I play Call of Duty, there's always people who are like, well, I don't like that. Do it a different way. And it's like, wait, what? Why? I'm playing. I'm having fun. I'm winning. I'm at the top of the leaderboards. I'm leveling up or doing new unlocks. I'm changing my loadout when available. What's wrong with me doing that? Why do I have to change? By the way, you know what I should do? I should do the playlist, which is the small maps again, because we're not getting those small maps in the rotation. We should do that today. We should do the small maps playlist and see how that pans out. I think I'll do LMG on small maps and see how I do. Working perfectly. Everything's going good. Excellent. The streams are going great. So this plugin works beautifully. You have gold on 2 sniper rifles already? Holy crap. You must be a good sniper, Evanite. I think I could be a good sniper if I practice enough, but I have to, that would be like a significant amount of sinking time into it, right? What would help with gun progression, AJ Games? What would? He says, this would absolutely help with gun progression. What would help? Oh, kills are quicker and fast-paced. Talking about hardcore? All right, last couple minutes, guys, before we adjourn, and then we jump into Call of Duty. So last chance, if anyone wants to talk about any topics or contribute and get a shout-out and maybe hit the goal before we even adjourn. Infection is good for speed running weapons. Bonos Temo says, my Sony rant is biblical. Well, thank you. Thank you, Bonos Temo. I'll have to do a clip of that later. Am I ready for trick-or-treaters? No, I don't have to be. I live in a private community, and trick-or-treaters are not allowed because it's a closed road. It's not a public road. Did I watch any new movies? Well, I saw all the VHS movies this month now. I had already previously seen VHS 1. So I watched VHS 2, VHS Viral, VHS... There's like 2 from the 90s, like 94, 99, and then VHS 85, and then I saw VHS Beyond. So over the last 2 weeks, I've watched a bunch of those movies. And then I also saw Late Night with the Devil. I would say Late Night with the Devil is great. I really like that movie. Like, that's actually, in the last couple of, probably 5 years, it's one of my favorite horror movies I've seen. I really enjoyed it. And then outside of that, some of the VHS movies are good. See, the thing about the VHS movies, they're all anthologies. So every movie, there's usually like one story I really like, and then like a story I don't like, and then one that's like okay. So each movie's kind of like a good watch, but not amazing for me. But I still enjoyed watching them all. What I'm watching now, Creepshow, the series. There's a series called Creepshow that is a modern version of like the old school comics and or movies, but made into an anthology horror series. And I started watching that, and I really like it. So I'm watching through Creepshow right now. The thing is, Halloween's almost over, right? So we got tonight, we got tomorrow night, and we got actual Halloween. And then it's like, all right, well, I guess horror's over. So I got like 3 more nights to maybe watch some horror stuff. We'll see. And I don't get to watch stuff every night. It depends. Like when my wife works, she gets tired right away. She wants to go to bed. I'm not tired right away. So I stay up and I'll watch like a movie, and then I'll go to sleep. So that's what I mean. Like some nights I get to watch stuff. Some nights I don't. It depends. If she isn't tired, we stay up together, and then we go to sleep together. So it depends on the night. Am I going to play Life is Strange Double Exposure? Yes. Am I playing it today? No. There's no point in starting it today when I'm in the midst of other games. But I do want to start playing it probably over the course of the next week. I don't know if I should play hardcore. I have a tendency to shoot teammates, and you'll start to kill yourself after 2 team kills. Really? Thank you. Charles says this is an amazing tie. Thank you, Charles. Well, it's like anything. Bookworm says the first season is good. It goes downhill after that. It's just like anything. It's an anthology show. So sometimes you watch an episode, you're like, that was a really good story and I enjoyed it. And then sometimes you watch an episode, you're like, nah, that one wasn't very good, you know? But that's how anthologies go. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. I do like anthology shows. Like I grew up watching The Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Like my mom used to really like those shows. So when I was a kid, I would watch those growing up. I actually really learned to like that kind of anthology mystery horror stuff. The Villain, 41 months as a member. Thank you so much, Villain. Says, I've been watching The Penguin on Max, the best show right now. I love the rise of the Penguin in Criminal Underworld. Well, good for you. Again, I'm really not too interested in it. Maybe eventually I'll watch it since so many of you have told me it's good, but I don't know. I'm just not into it. Never watch American Horror Story? I used to. I saw ages over a decade ago now. I probably saw the first few seasons. I remember, like, the second season, Asylum, was, like, the best one. I saw, like, 4 or 5 seasons of it, and Asylum still was the best one out of all those years. At one point, I fell off and stopped watching it. I tried to catch up at one point. I watched that season where it was, like, supposed to be, like, a slasher horror theme. It was, like, a 1980s camp slasher killer stuff. Halfway through the season, it got shitty, so I stopped watching it. And then I haven't watched it since. It's probably like 5 seasons I haven't seen now. I just don't care about it anymore. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing, man? Ren says, have you heard of the PC game Conscript? Looks like it plays like RE2 on PS1. It's a survival horror game based on World War I. Heard the name, haven't played it. But I've heard the name Conscript before. Grim River says, remember Tales of the Crypt? I've seen every single episode of Tales from the Crypt. Over a decade ago, I really got into it, and I bought the whole series digitally, and I watched it all. So, yeah, I really liked Tales from the Crypt. Again, Tales from the Crypt is hit or miss. There's some episodes that are pure effing genius, and there's other episodes that are kind of like, not so good. But a lot of it was pretty good. Yes, I watched Black Mirror back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean like 5 to 7 years ago when I had like Netflix. I liked the first like 1 or 2 seasons. Then after that, the episodes got fucking bizarre. Like, I'm sorry, the episode where it jumped the shark for me, 2 dudes who play an online fighting game, and then for some reason, they lust over each other's online fighting game characters. Like, one guy picks a woman and one guy picks a dude, and they, like, want to fuck each other. So the whole episode is about sexual tension that in real life, these 2 guys want to meet and have sex because of a fighting game's avatars. It's fucking bizarre. I just don't even understand it. I was watching the episode, I'm like, none of this makes sense or you know, rings true to anything I've ever done. Literally never have I played a video game and been like, I want to fuck the character in the game in real life, but the person who's controlling the avatar on the other side. It's fucking weird. What a weird concept for an episode. And after that, I was just like, I don't know what's going on with this shit. You know, Bookworm, I've heard about Tales from the Dark Side, but I've never seen it, but I want to. He says it's peak TV anthology horror. I would like to watch it at some point. I would. Void says you should play zombies with Void. I think Void wants to play zombies. Well, maybe we will do online zombies together at some point. I don't know. All right, guys, last second questions. If not, we'll wrap it up and we'll get started with Call of Duty for today. I think today what I'll do, we'll check the loadouts, see if I unlocked anything new last minute when I played it the other night. And then we will, I think I'm going to start with LMGs today. And I think I'm going to go to the playlist at the small maps. Small maps, LMGs, and just fucking unload on everyone. What happens? Captain Borak, we're working on that. I told you. There's a possibility I may be having a gameplay crossover with Kino Casino during my Halloween marathon, but it's not guaranteed, so I'm not promising you guys anything. That's the thing. I do know me. I hate making promises I can't deliver on. We're talking about it right now. If it gets locked in, I'll let you know. As of now, it's not locked in. It would be a scheduling thing of how to make it work during both of our streams that day and stuff like that. So I'll let you know if it happens, okay? So we're working on it. Dr. Kinnison says, I'd like to see shotgun action today. I like to unlock the auto shotty. If I unlock the auto shotty, I want to use it. I've gone crazy with the regular shotgun and did really, really well. But now we need to get the auto shotty unlocked. I don't know what level I have to be to unlock it. So we'll see. Once I unlock it, I would like to try it. What is the Halloween costume? I'm not telling you till Halloween. You'll know then. There was a show called Monsters you used to watch, Grim Reaper. What was that about? Monsters? I don't remember a show called Monsters. It's a very generic title. Ooh. Oh, Hidalgo thought this was my Halloween costume. No, all I did was I put on a clip-on 8-bit tie. It's not my Halloween costume. I had this forever. I told you, I had this for like 13, 14 years. I've never worn it. And now people mentioned today, where's your tie? So I went and got this. There you go. Tales of the Crypt Demon Knight was good. Yeah, that was a good movie. I remember that movie. I hope we hit the goal on the stream. I think we will hit the goal to hit 42. You know what I'm nervous about? Tonight, Sonic X Shadow. I don't know about how many people are going to come out to support Sonic X Shadow Generations tonight. We did all right the other night with the premiere, but I think when people were like, oh, okay, it's just Sonic again. Yeah, it's a bunch of mini stages and then open world. It's not like a full-fledged new Sonic game. It doesn't feel like that. It's still interesting, like I'm enjoying myself, but I'm curious how many people will get for that tonight. You know, I think Call of Duty streams were always going to do pretty good. I think it's the other, like a Sonic stream, I'm a little nervous about. I guess we'll see. Okay. All right, shall we wind down now? I think we're good. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have enjoyed today's Level 1 podcast. And Kino Casino Gaming has a Sonic the Hedgehog emote? Or emote? Why do they have a Sonic emote? When did they ever do anything with Sonic the Hedgehog? That's funny that they have that. Okay, anyway. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Tomorrow, there is no show. All right, just to forewarn you. There is no Level 1 podcast tomorrow. There is no first stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we will be doing the campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for the first time at 7 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow night. And then Thursday is the big Halloween event. So the next time you'll see me on the Level 1 podcast, I will actually be in costume. Cool. I should get a pair of glasses to go well with the tie. Now I'm ready for work. Now I'm professional. I'm ready for work, folks. Ready to go? We got to put in some work today at the office. Got to do some data entry. Clacking on the keyboard, right? Got to file some documents, some TPS reports, correct? But these are my reading glasses. I can't see a thing right now. I literally, everything is a blur around me. I can't read everything's completely blurred. They only help me focus for very close up reading. So, like, if I grab my keyboard and I go like this, oh, now it's beautiful. I can read everything on my keyboard beautifully right now. But as soon as I go like that, I can't even see it now. Everything is blurred. All right, take this shit off. Oh, my God. Clark Kent mode. Yes, Clark Kent mode. Very nice. Win some games and bring the numbers up. Bring the numbers up on the stats there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Projections are higher than anticipated. Great routine. I'll get back to work. Yes, Ren. Okay. Let's end the show. Thank you guys so much. No show tomorrow. I'll be back on Halloween with the next Level 1 podcast, which would be the Halloween special. I hope you guys will enjoy that. You've been a great audience today. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the early support. And happy early Halloween to all. See you all Thursday. Oh, no.